Welcome to Clemson. It's the final game of 2021 for the Tigers and the number 5 ranked NC State Wolfpack. Hi everybody, Fred Cunningham with Coach Jim Davis. A sign of the times, both teams are shorthanded tonight. NC State is down 2 players and 2 assistant coaches. Clemson is down 4 players, including 3 of their top 4 scorers. Who are we going to see on the court tonight for NC State? You're going to see shooters galore, and the best they have from the outside is Reyna Perez.
Reyna Perez is transferred from Stanford last year in her second year at NC State, and she is the key that starts the bus, Coach Moore told me. She does everything. Coach on the floor, if they need three-point shooters, then she stepped up against South Carolina. She is a very good three-point shooter, and she handles the basketball exquisitely.
With 3 guards out tonight for the Tigers, they will need to go big, and Eno Inyang, the freshman, has been very good.
Eno's got a great future. She's a very quick learner, I've been told by the coaches. She is a beast on the offensive boards.
Now here's who's not available tonight for both of these teams. For NC State, Genesis Bryant will not play. Isaiah James, the freshman, is unavailable, but the hits are big for Clemson. They won't have their leading scorer and rebounder, Delisha Washington. Nunu Bradford is out. Kiki Lewis, their second leading scorer, is out, along with Veronica Hip, another guard. So again, a lot of pressure on this Clemson backcourt. They're going to start 2 freshmen, Maddie Ott and Standifer as well. Sid Standifer.
If a dog's going to bite you, Fred, it'll bite you when it's a pup, so these 2 freshmen can drink.
We are ready to tip this one off from Littlejohn Coliseum. It's loud. We got a pretty good crowd in here tonight. Number 5, NC State and Clemson, and we are underway. The tip is controlled by the Wolfpack, and Perez will bring it up into the forecourt.
There might be a little nerves in those 2 freshman guards, Fred.
But a great opportunity for them as we have a foul call that'll go against NC State. Foul is going to be whistled against Alicia Kanane picks up her first foul, the 6'5" senior out of Summerville, North Carolina, their leading scorer and rebounder. Tigers starting lineup again, the 2 freshmen starting, and Clemson gets the early lead. The jump shot by Gabby Elliott.
You know, Gabby probably realizes she's going to have to step her scoring up tonight, and she came off those screens looking for the shot.
Without those 3 leading scorers, or 3 of the 4 top scorers, Clemson is down nearly half of their offense, a third of their rebounding, and 60% of their threes. And the three-point shot outside is hit by the Wolfpack. That's Jada Boyd. And NC State goes on top. Jim, what are they going to have to do defensively, Clemson, to try to keep them from shooting in rhythm?
Well, you got to get out there. They're probably switching on the screens, on-ball screens. They're probably going to be switching, but they've certainly got to get out there on their toes because this team can shoot the 3.
Three-point tryout for the Tigers is missed from the outside by Ott. Offensive rebound by Hank. She can't connect, and back comes NC State in transition. Perez feeds it inside. Beautiful inside to Kone for her first 2.
Hannah Hank hesitated after missing that shot, and it cost her on the other end.
Driving inside, getting a little bit lost, but inside was the beautiful feed from Ott as she gets it to Robinson, and it's 5-4. Amari's first 2.
That's a freshman making a play right there.
Got in a little bit of trouble, but got up in the air, but was able to find somebody open and gets the 2. Boyd drives to the basket, uses the left hand and the glass, and it's 7-4 Pack.
That's what they're going to have to make them do, though. Put the ball on the floor and score from mid-range, or hopefully we should have had a charge coming right there from the Clemson team.
Elliott with the ball outside. She'll take the 3-point try. Off the mark, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hank. She keeps it alive, but it goes into the hands of Crutchfield, and here comes the Pack again. Beautiful feed inside. That's the second time they've found Kunane, and she gets her second bucket of the game. This is a dynamic offensive team.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 4th in the country in field goal percentage, 4th in the country in 3-point field goal percentage.
They've shot 50% or better in 7 of their 12 games. 3-point try up from Sandifer misses. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Tigers will have their first substitution. as you see Sane come into the ball game. But again, here's Cunane for NC State.
And guess who whips that pass in there? Raina Perez.
Yep.
Fine little point guard.
She leads the team in assists coming in. 9-4 State. A little conversation going on there between Westmore and Perez. Three-point try is up, off the mark. The missed outside shot. There's another look right here at Alyssa Cunane, and this is a player that Rebecca Lobo from ESPN really believes is one of the elite in the country. She thinks she'll be the number 5 overall pick coming up in the WNBA draft.
I don't doubt it. She certainly is, and she could have been that high last year. There's those post moves.
She just threw that one up. I don't know if she had her face looking at the basket, but she brings it in for her 6th point, and it's 11-4.
Lobo rated her an A- on post moves.
That was a pretty good one.
Yes.
Yeah. Hannah Hank will try the three-pointer, and she drills it. Hannah Hank gets her first bucket. And the Tigers, they're going to need to hit some of those shots tonight to try to make up for the kind of offense they lose the dribble drives with Washington and Bradford and Lewis out.
Exactly.
Ball goes out of bounds as Amari Robinson comes back into the game for Clemson for Hank. But here's Hannah hitting the three-pointer.
I think Hank and Robinson and Gabby Elliott, who have been full-time players, they know they're going to have to take a shot. So they're confident when they get the ball, and they're looking for the shot, not looking to reverse the basketball or anything else. They're going to shoot the ball.
Boyd misses, and Standifer comes away with it. Tigers trying to push it up the floor quickly. See, the pass was last touched outside by Perez. Westmore in his 9th season, really just coming up the coaching ladder. What a program he's built. Won back-to-back ACC tournaments in 20 and 21. State had not won an ACC tournament going all the way back to 91.
He's been successful wherever he's been. Maryville College, Francis Marion, UT Chattanooga, and then back at NC State.
Slowly built a monster of a program. You can see the whistle inside. The travel is going to be called against the Tigers' cash gains. There is Amanda Butler in her 4th season with Clemson. Obviously, that first season, ACC Coach of the Year, took the Tigers to the NCAA tournament and trying to get them back there.
You see Diamond Johnson coming in. She's a transfer from Rutgers. 2nd leading scorer on this basketball team.
Leads the team in steals as well. She wears number 0. Crutchfield has it outside, guarded by Ott. Nice pass inside to Boyd. Boyd just a little bit short, and the rebound is pulled away by Sane. Battle for the basketball, and Boyd took it away, and NC State gets it back. There is Johnson, who just came in. Gets her shot rejected, though, by Robinson. It'll be still Wolfpack basketball. Amari Robinson, good to have her in the lineup, Jim.
Yep, without a doubt. Very good block.
Another look at it.
Was Johnson ever quick going by that Clemson defender? Quickness overload.
Three-point try by Johnson is missed, and Maddie Ott pulls down the rebound. NC State averages more than 8 three-pointers made a game. Clemson averages about 4. That's a real big separation between these two teams coming in, but Clemson has knocked down 1 already. Robinson will try to make it 2, but misses. Offensive rebound, Sane misses the follow. Another battle for the glass inside, and NC State pulls it away. Camille Hobby making the rebound. 4:42 left in our opening quarter. NC State up 4 on the Tigers. Alyssa Cunane off to a great start. She's got 6 of NC State's 11 points.
She's on every watch list in America, Fred. Great pass there by Raina Perez. She's got 2 of the 3 assists on 2 of the 3 baskets that Cunane has.
Cunane's first basket, by the way, put her into the top 15 all-time at NC State in scoring. And again, a look at what the WNBA may have for her. Again, projected as a top 5 pick. And she's just got the great all-around game.
She does. She can step out beyond the arc and nail threes, but she's a complete player.
Steal by Perez. She will race down court. Gets the layup. Perez with the bucket. She's off to a good start as well in this one. 13-7 is the count. Perez making her first two. Gaines will shoot from the free throw line, and it goes. Cash Gaines with her first bucket.
Gaines is a great athlete. She's still learning to play at the collegiate level. The speed of the game's the biggest lesson to learn, but she has got some skills.
Nice feed inside. They were able to find Boyd, and Boyd uses the glass. She's having a big game. She's got now 7, and it's a 6-point lead for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, she can go off now. That girl can score as well as anybody.
Ott tried to feed it towards Sane, but it was kicked by Perez. Clemson will keep it. Camille Hobby in the game for the Tigers, or for NC State, I should say. And she's somebody who's familiar with this area. She probably gave the bus driver directions on how to get here. This is Marion Hobby's daughter. Of course, Marion Hobby now the defensive line coach with the Cincinnati Bengals, but he had 2 stints with Clemson during his career, including from 11 to 16. So she knows her way around here, wearing that Daniel uniform, number 41, and now wearing NC State red.
Yeah, and she is a solid player as well. Really good player. Been a backup to Alicia Cunane for a long time, and I guess she's one of the ones that's hoping Cunane graduates.
Of course, she has played at Daniel High School. If you don't know the area that well, that's in Central. That's about 5 miles from Littlejohn, so I'm talking right in the neighborhood. Boyd drives into traffic and uses the glass. She's feeling it right now, Jim. She's got 9, and it's 17-9. State, they're beginning to get a little distance.
They are, but they got so many weapons. And some of these young players are making some mistakes. But
Ott handling the basketball, gets it inside. A nice feed to Inyang, but she couldn't get the connection, and back comes NC State.
That's where the young freshman needs to know she's got to go to the left.
Whistle underneath, and the foul will go against NC State. This one is going to be whistled, it looks like, on Diamond Johnson.
Right.
Take another look at the contact. Hannah Hank stepped in.
Hannah Hank, I don't know the official count, but I would bet she's taken more charges than anybody on this Clemson team. She does it very well.
Clemson in need of a basket right now. They have had 4 turnovers in the last 3.5 minutes. From the free throw line, Cash Gaines misses, but Boyd had it going out of bounds, and she's going to give the turnover back to the Tigers, but now Boyd kind of favoring that left ankle right now, and they're going to take her out of the basketball game.
I'll have to see a replay. I don't know if she came down on her ankle.
That's Madison
and rolled
Hayes.
It, or if she came down on that step there.
Yeah. Madison Hayes, the sophomore out of Chattanooga, has come in. They are still attending to Boyd behind the Clemson basket. Standifer has it outside. Gaines trying to drive. Basketball comes out of her hands, and it's going to be a turnover. Turnovers are a big story for this Clemson basketball team, Jim. When they win the turnover battle, when their opponents have more turnovers, they're undefeated. They have not won a game when they've had more turnovers or even.
Yeah, well, that's another freshman in there. Once again, these freshmen got to step up.
6 turnovers right now for the Tigers. A whistle and a foul is going to be called. Looks like it's going to go against Hannah Hank.
Hannah's got to be careful now. They need the veteran leadership from her in this game.
Gabby Elliott has come back in. Gaines goes out. Sane will return to the Clemson lineup, and she'll replace Hank, who goes out after that quick foul call. Diamond Johnson with the inbound. Johnson will try the three-pointer and drills it. She is a 46% three-point shooter. She shows you why, and a quick timeout will be taken by Amanda Butler, with now NC State stretching it out to 20-9 over the Tigers. And, of course, they've hit 2 of their first 4 already. Clemson 1 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Yep, Clemson's they have got to get out there on their toes and make them shoot it off the bounce, make them put it on the floor, and hopefully Hannah Hank is going to be able to take the charge on the dribble drives.
Again, here's how they brought it in to get that 3. Kicked it back. Just able to set and get it off and get that 3-pointer to go down.
Once again, from the freshman, Stanford did not get over there and close out after they passed the ball to the corner. And we had to bump down, the forward bump down and picked up the corner player. And Stanford's got to come over there and get that kick out.
NC State has made their last 4 shots, and they've stretched this lead out with a 7-0 run. Ott has it. Kicks it to Elliott.
That's good ball reversal against the zone.
But another turnover there as Perez comes up with the steal, works it up, and will now kick it outside. Brown Turner for 3. She nails it from outside, and NC State goes up by 14. A 10-0 run for NC State. They've hit 3 3-pointers in this opening quarter.
Back in the 2-3 zone there.
Elliott will try the 3, and it's off the mark, and the ball will go out of bounds, and NC State will get it back. Again, they are just really smoking from the outside, Jim.
Yep, left-hander sweet stroke.
Jakia Brown-Turner. She shoots 37%, which isn't too bad, but on this team, that's way down the list.
It is. Raina Perez shoots 51% from 3-point range.
And that's not like 5 for 10 or something like that. She's made 21 threes coming in. Beautiful drive by Diamond Johnson to get the basket.
She's a scoring machine.
Johnson now with 5 as we're inside a minute to go in the quarter.
That's a good active zone with high hands there. It's not just any average zone defense.
Gaines gets called for the travel. That is another Clemson turnover. That's been the real struggle for this young lineup that they've got in tonight. They've now got 8 turnovers and only 9 points so far in the opening quarter.
It's not a good combination.
16-point lead for NC State. Johnson feeds it out. Brown-Turner, another 3-point try. That one won't connect. Battle for the basketball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by State. It'll go back to Clemson.
Hobby was battling hard with Inyang there, and Inyang won the battle.
Maddie Ott will come back in for the Tigers here. Cash will go out. Clemson can take the last shot of the quarter. So here comes Sydney Standifer. Brings it across the timeline. Gets it to Elliott. Back outside to Ott. 10 seconds in the quarter. Robinson for the top of the key. Drills it. Amari Robinson, her second basket. Close of the first quarter. It's off the mark. And quarter number 1 at Littlejohn is done. NC State, they're number 5, and they show you why. Clemson, though, with a little life at the end of the quarter. But they trail by 14. The ACC basketball season underway, and NC State, the best in the league so far from 3-point range, coming in as a team shooting 42%. That's staggering, and they're better than that number so far. They've hit 3 of 6.
I know, and they play 4 out and 1 in with Cunane in. That's not a bad option itself, and she kicks it back out for the 3 when they sag back on her or double down on her, and it's just a very good balanced basketball team.
And as good as they are from the outside, they got 16 points in the paint in that first quarter.
Yep, and 6 of those points came from Cunane, and 4 of those 6 came off layups and fast breaks.
There's a one way to stop a good three-point shooting team. No, Inyang came in and just rejected Madison Hayes.
And that'll make Madison think when she gets that thing again. She'll be looking for her, hopefully.
When they got the pass to her, she looked wide open, and Inyang really closed the gap just in a moment. Contact outside, and the whistle is going to call the block on Maddie Ott.
Good effort by Maddie Ott. She didn't quite get there in time, but she was trying to take away ball reversal, which is important, but she didn't quite get there in time.
If you're just joining us, both teams are down a number of players tonight, but it's really affected Clemson. They are without 3 of their top 4 scorers. That includes Delisha Washington, Kiki Lewis, and Nunu Bradford. 27-11 NC State, early second quarter. Ott looked at the three-pointer, gives the ball up to Elliott. Back to Ott, long three-pointer on the way is off the mark, and the rebound is pulled down by Johnson. Nice feed in the corner to Crutchfield, but she took a step before she could make the drive.
Got a little quick on that one, didn't she? Put the ball down earlier, but
I think she saw a wide open path to the basket and couldn't resist.
You get excited, that's right.
It's kind of like in football when you're open and you drop a pass because you're thinking about what you're going to do after you catch it. Ott for 3 and drills it from the outside. That's the Tigers' second three-pointer of the game.
Assist to Inyang. That's another good inside-out option for Clemson.
You see the three-point numbers so far. Inyang gets tied up underneath by Elliott.
Good job by Gabby Elliott.
It's a great shot, but again, Jim, you mentioned that pass.
Yep, good kick out, catch and shoot.
Ott making her first 3 of the ball game. Matter of fact, that's her first 3 of the season. She had missed her previous 5 coming in.
NC State back in their man-to-man defense here.
Maddie Ott's feeling it all of a sudden. Back-to-back threes. Clemson draws it back within 10.
Get another stop here. Take it one possession at a time. There's the double staggered screen, giving Crutchfield the opportunity to drive.
Made a beautiful drive. Couldn't get the bucket, but she draws the foul. This is not the same shot. This is a different one. This is Ott from the top of the key.
You know, she had that reputation coming to Clemson out of high school in Texas, and she's sure showing it here in this second quarter.
Kai Crutchfield at the free throw line makes the first. She's a 73% free throw shooter.
You know, that's another thing about this NC State team. They're shooting over 74% from the free throw line, which is outstanding.
Crutchfield makes them both. She holds the single season record for three-point shooting at the school, 47%. 12-point lead for the Wolfpack. Standiford dribbling, gets it to Ott. Standiford tried to look inside for Inyang, but the pass sailed over her head, and it's going to be another Tigers turnover as Perez comes back into the game for Johnson.
Did you notice when Ott caught that basketball there, NC State's defense was there on her toes on the catch. Be there when the ball gets there.
Just one of the reasons why this is the number 5 team in the country. They've lost 2 games. They lost to number 1 South Carolina to get things started. They lost an overtime game against nationally ranked Georgia. Inyang came in and blocked Kunane from behind. They tried to push it up court quickly, but Inyang, we talked about her at the top of the broadcast. She didn't start this game, but she's in there and she's really making her presence felt.
Inyang ran the floor really, really hard that time. Almost got the layup. Great hustle by Kunane of getting back.
Elliott has it. Backs it out, swings it over to Hank. Hank inside to Inyang. Inyang struggling to get the basketball. We're going to have a whistle, and then they're going to call double dribble, it looked like.
You know, Inyang's displayed great hands all year long, but that time she fumbled it a little bit, and it cost her a basket.
And Inyang will leave the game, and they will bring back in Latrice Sane. She's the grad student that transferred from Southeast Missouri. Perez dribbling, kicks it outside to Crutchfield, guarded by Elliott. Whistle underneath. Contact between, looked like foul's going to go against Sane as she's trying to cover Cunane.
NC State tried to pick and pop with Cunane there, and they bypassed her, threw it across to Crutchfield. And I think Coach Moore wants her to roll to the basket rather than pick and pop.
Cash Gaines has come back into the game for the Tigers. Boyd loses the basketball. Hannah Hank picks it up, and here comes Elliott. It's a 2-on-2 break. She'll pull up at the free throw line and drills it. Gabby Elliott with another bucket.
You know, that was
Tigers back within 10.
Excuse me, Fred, I'm sorry. That was a great job by Gabby Elliott. On that outlet pass, she caught it and faced the basket rather than just drop it on the floor. Really good job.
Elliott with 4. Brown Turner gets whistled for the travel. Clemson turns defense into points. Hannah Hank with a loose ball, and again, you loved how she handled that break there.
Oh, great job. Great job. Great balance on that jump shot.
Tigers could get it back to a single-digit deficit. Hank for 3. It's long, and the rebound comes long, and it's tracked down by Brown Turner. She gets it outside of Perez. Perez inside the three-point line, misses. Rebound, though, was in the hands of Sane, but she couldn't handle it, and NC State will put it back in play.
Got to have better footwork there, Sane. Tree, great job. We should have had that rebound. With better footwork, it would have happened.
NC State has gone more than 2 minutes without a basket, and as I say that, they drill a three-pointer. A bomb outside by Crutchfield. She's a 50% three-point shooter, and coming in, that's not even the best on the team.
I know.
She made 4 of 4 from three-point range against Florida when she had a 17-point game. Elliott flips it inside to Sane. Sane's jump shot missed, and Boyd gets the rebound.
Really good job on the pick and roll there, just a little short on the shot.
Brown Turner feeds. Cunane is in there, and that one won't fall, and the rebound comes away to Elliott. Ott. This is not a three-pointer, but she misses. Whistle underneath. We had some contact. Foul call is going to go against Elisa Cunane, and that's going to be foul number 2 on her. And you can see that not a fan of that call is Wes Moore. Neither are a pretty good contingent of NC State fans are here tonight at Littlejohn.
They follow winners, Fred. That's the story of this game.
Ott will put it in nearly halfway through our second quarter.
Elmore's
come in.
Elmore's been known to shoot that 3 too.
Ott for 3. It's long. Good box out rebound there by Boyd.
Without a doubt, Jada Boyd, that was a great job.
Boyd shows the 3, will drive to the basket instead. Can't connect. Rebound pulled down by Robinson. Clemson has actually outscored NC State 8-7 so far in this quarter, but another turnover by the Tigers. And coming right into the passing lane is Cash Gaines to get the steal.
And Perez don't make many turnovers.
Robinson with the reverse and a beautiful pass by Gaines, and that's going to draw an NC State timeout. Tigers draw it back within 11. A no-look feed to Robinson, 4-2. tonight's Littlejohn legend being honored during an earlier timeout. That's Amy Guerin out of Cleveland, Tennessee. She played for not one but two ACC championship teams, coached by the great Jim Davis. She's going to be joining us during the third quarter. Meanwhile, tell me what's going on here, Jim, in this 1999 ACC tournament champion photo.
Well, we've got Amy down low there with the number 1 sticking up. On the left side there, we've got Aaron, top back left. We've got Aaron Bath and Nikki Blassingame, who are 2 assistant coaches at NC State. They're not here tonight. And then Donna Bullock is in the back row there as well. Donna's been the trainer here. Well, she was trainer for me for 17 years. So.
And, of course, we wish the best to Aaron Bath and Nikki Blassingame. We no doubt watching us tonight and watching NC State right now with a 11-point lead on the Tigers, who this game could have gotten out of hand at 16, but Clemson has battled back to get it back to within 11 here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, give Clemson a lot of credit. I just appreciate their fight. They are doing a good job. If they take away those turnovers.
Diamond Johnson had to try to just throw up the long 3 to beat the shot clock. And there, of course, Jim, right there, there's Donna Bullock.
Yep. And just Clemson's hustle and defense has forced 9 turnovers for NC State now.
And Elliott connects using the glass, and the Tigers have now got it back to a single-digit deficit.
I appreciate their fight. They're doing a great job.
They've outscored NC State 12-7 here in the second quarter. Johnson flips it inside. There was Hobby, but we had a whistle before that shot. It's going to be a foul call that's going to go against the Tigers.
I believe the foul was before the shot, so they're going to be taking it out underneath their basket.
Wow, there is Elliott, and a really good entry pass there.
Really was.
Elliott and Robinson and Ott, all with 6 points each to lead the way for the Tigers. NC State kicks it into the corner. And they'll throw a cross-court. Brown-Turner will drive, use the glass. It won't fall, but they get the rebound. 3-point try, Perez. Doesn't fall, but another battle for the basketball. It will be last touched by Clemson, Amari Robinson.
Great effort by Amari there. Good job on the backside rebound.
So Perez will put the ball into play. Gets it in the corner to Brown-Turner. She throws it inside. She was looking for Hobby, but it goes into the hands of Elliott. Elliott for 3. Off the mark. Long rebound. Standifer couldn't track it down. That just kind of fell between Elmore and Standifer and goes out of bounds.
Elmore created that last turnover, but a deflection. You know, so as a defender, all you got to do is get a finger on the basketball, and most of the time you create a turnover.
Jessica Timmons, number 23, a freshman out of Charlotte, has checked in. First time for the Wolfpack. Diamond Johnson has the basketball, guarded by Standifer.
Keep a close eye on Johnson now. She's a scoring machine.
Corner jump shot is missed. Although NC State is able to get the rebound, Johnson pulls out after the miss by Perez. Left open is Hobby, and she gets it to roll.
Defensive mistake made there.
Camille Hobby getting the bucket. That's Hobby's first of the game. Tigers miss from the corner. Hayes gets the rebound. And here comes Perez again. Gets it to Hayes. Hayes will try to the 3 and drills it. Madison Hayes from the outside. That's her 4th three-pointer of the season.
That's 5 three-pointers for NC State by 5 different players.
Tigers answer the other end with a 2. Amari Robinson now has 8. Clemson draws back within 12. They had it down to single digits for a moment. Offenses for both teams kind of kicking up here as we got a whistle outside on the drive by Timmons, and it's going to be a foul call, looks like, against Elliott.
That's the 5th team foul on Clemson, so they'll be going to shoot 2.
Perez just found Hobby for that quick turnaround jumper. That's going to send Timmons to the line off that last foul. She's an 80% free throw shooter, just like it seems like everybody on NC State.
Surprise, surprise.
Gets the first. Timmons will have another. Averages just under 4 points a game. Missed the second. Hannah Hank with the rebound. 13-point lead, NC State. 90 seconds to go in the half. Robinson will drive. Uses the glass and it falls.
Gets the roll. Gets the roll. Great job.
Robinson in double figures. She's got 10. Clemson back to within 11. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, though, by the Tigers, so NC State will keep it. Gaines will come back in for Clemson. Boyd comes back in.
You know, that might not be a bad strategy. Get Amari Robinson the ball there at high post, screen little on big, and get her going to the right and making the basket. I like it.
She's made 5 of 7, having a big game. Timmons gets it to Hobby. Back to Boyd in traffic. She was too strong off the glass, and Clemson gets it back now. Once again, a chance to go underneath double figures.
That was a good contest there by Hannah Hank.
Gaines has it beyond the top of the key. Now she'll drive, but it's short off the rim, no good. Scramble for the rebound. A tie up underneath, and the whistle will give the ball, the arrow, I should say, will give the ball to NC State.
Great hustle by Gaines and Timmons for NC State. Gaines for Clemson. Both went on the floor after that basketball. You love to see that, Fred.
Cash Gaines, the freshman out of Columbus, Georgia, very highly rated recruit coming in. State works it for another three-point try. That's Timmons off the mark. Robinson will track down the rebound. There's about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock remaining here in the opening half. Standiford will dribble it outside, standing on the tiger paw.
I like the pick and pop option here to Hannah Hank. Get a good screen, Hannah. The screener's the most open player in the game.
Robinson has it, loses the handle on it. We got a whistle outside as Johnson tried to come away with that steal. So Clemson is going to walk to the other end with NC State.
Not a good foul, Amari.
Yeah. Because that's going to put NC State at the line. Clemson was trying to get off the last shot, and instead they're going to get a chance to score here without the clock running. Diamond Johnson, 75% free throw shooter. Makes the first. Johnson has 6. Makes them both. Tigers have about 6 seconds left to try to get a shot off. Hank with the inbounds, gives it up to Gaines. Gaines will drive, goes all the way to the hole, uses the glass, it doesn't fall, and we have reached halftime. Number 5, NC State, facing a short-handed but scrappy bunch of Clemson Tigers. They've got a 13-point lead at Littlejohn. Halftime at Littlejohn Coliseum. NC State up on Clemson 40-27. That's Amy Guerin, by the way, the Littlejohn legend tonight. She'll be joining us for a chat coming up in quarter number 3. Fred Cunningham and Coach Jim Davis back with you courtside. It's a 13-point lead for the Wolfpack. What have you seen from the number 5 team in the country?
Well, the first thing that jumps out at me is balance. They got 5 3-pointers by 5 different players. They got a great balance between inside and outside, with Cunane and Hobby scoring inside and kicking it back out. Reina Perez does what Reina Perez does. She sets people up, gets them the basketball in a timely fashion. Clemson, I'm just so pleased with the effort that they're giving. They're undermanned, if that's the right term in a women's game. But they're undermanned tonight, and they're just playing their hearts out. Amari Robinson's got a couple of baskets on some pick and pops, and I think they need to go to that more. But I just couldn't be more pleased with the effort they're giving. The 2 little freshman guards are playing pretty good,
yeah.
Maddie Ott in particular.
Well, let's take a look at the numbers from that first half. And, of course, NC State, they are a tremendous offensive basketball team. And, again, their shooting's been very good, a little bit below 50% overall. Second chance points is one area of separation between these teams.
Yeah, you know, Clemson's got 6 offensive rebounds, but they don't have any second chance points. They got to convert those into some baskets.
Meanwhile, NC State is also 5 or 6 for the free throw line. Clemson has not attempted a free throw so far in this ball game. Third quarter coming up from Littlejohn in a moment. NC State and Clemson on a Thursday night at Littlejohn. Just about ready to start the third quarter at Littlejohn Coliseum. Number 5, NC State up on the Tigers 40-27. You know, you mentioned the great balance in this offense for NC State, inside and outside, and the way they have spread things around from the three-point line.
Well, I guess if they have a superstar, it's Alicia Cunane, but you know, they've got so many players that can just go off on you on offense.
Jim mentioned it. 5 3-pointers in the first half by 5 different players. And they found creative ways to get players open.
This out-of-bounds play right here is one. Great job of getting the ball to the corner, and we've got a kick out, and the guard's got to get out there on her toes.
That was Diamond Johnson. There's Brown Turner from the outside. Even Madison Hayes hit a bomb from beyond the top of the key. For the Tigers, it's been Amari Robinson in double figures. She's hit 5 of 7.
There's the pick and pop we talked about earlier. Nice stroke by Amari. Here she comes, a good find underneath, and that's a good cut by Amari Robinson there. Give her credit.
Robinson helped fuel the Tigers as they were in danger of having this one get out of hand. They fell behind by 16 points. They got it back to single digits a couple of times, but right now trail by 13. Again, there are several players unavailable tonight for NC State. Genesis Bryant is out. Isaiah James is out, but the big hit was taken by Clemson. They don't have their leading scorer and rebounder, Delisha Washington. No Kiki Lewis, their second leading scorer. Nunu Bradford is out, along with Veronica Hipp. So the Tigers not only losing significant scorers, but also losing a lot of guard play, which is why they got that freshman backcourt of Otten Standifer.
And Delisha Washington just happens to be the leading rebounder.
So there is Amari Robinson. Again, we mentioned she's in double figures. She's the only player in double figures for both teams as she is in the lineup, and the Tigers will be working things out here. They've got the basketball to start quarter number 3. Standifer with the ball. Elliott has it top of the key. She makes a drive to the bucket, uses the glass, and Gabby gets 2. First 2 of the half. 8 points now for Elliott. Tigers back within 11.
That's coaching right there, coming out of halftime with a good play that absolutely was perfectly executed.
Nana Butler's got it like that, a whistle inside, and it looks like a foul is going to be called against the Tigers. Here's the drive by Gabby Elliott. Good screen by Hank.
Really good screen by Hank. Cunane's got to pick her up right there. She failed to do so, and Gabby finished.
Perez will inbound it under her basket. And we got a whistle, and it's going to be a turnover. A 5-second call will go against NC State. You know, we talked about turnovers in this game. Clemson had 12 so far in this one, but NC State, that was their 11th. Long pass. Hannah Hank for 3. In and out. Man, that thing got about halfway down and spun out.
That was a great skip pass by Mattiotta as well.
Cunane inside and gets the bucket and gets fouled by the smaller Mattiotta, who was trying to cover her. And now Cunane goes into double figures.
You can bet that NC State's coming out doing exactly that, going to their big.
I want to correct myself. She's got 8, but we'll go for the free throw line to try to add to that. She is, like most of the Wolfpack, an 82% free throw shooter, but that one won't go down, and Standifer will pull it down. So the Tigers only give up 2 on that trip down the floor. Elliott has it again. She's feeling it, takes the jumper, short, rebound, pulled down by Robinson. And it kicks it back outside, and Clemson will run offense again. Robinson at the top of the key, hands it off to Elliott. Robinson's jump shot missed, but she chases her own. But you can see Boyd had both hands on it and brings it away for the Pack. Nice feed inside Cunane. She kicks it back outside. Boyd will have the shot go down. Cunane is really good at kicking it outside. That wasn't a three, but 8 of her 17 assists have been kickouts for threes.
Right. A big post player that can pass a basketball is worth their weight in gold.
You can see that the ball was contested between both teams and a held ball. Again, here's Cunane coming up as NC State will get the ball back. Kicks it out to Boyd, who is open.
You can see Stanford come down in there and double down on the big.
Boyd, by the way, now in double figures with that bucket. She's got 11. She leads all scorers. 15-point lead, NC State. Again, they're really trying to feed Cunane here in the second half.
Good call by Miss D. Kettner. Clemson in the 2-3 zone here.
18 on the shot clock. NC State puts it in play with Perez. She'll bring it outside, covered by Ott.
The zone's not a bad play now, but you got to get out there and close out. Get on their toes. You can't be a step away.
Seconds running out on the shot clock. Shot is up by Boyd, and she gets it. What a way to beat the buzzer on that shot clock. And NC State now is stretched out. I believe this is their longest lead of the game at 17.
Yep, clutch play right there, clutch play.
Clemson has gone more than 2 minutes without scoring, and a timeout will be taken here at the 7:32 mark. A 17-point lead for NC State. Amanda Butler trying to find a way to get the Tigers back in it. A 17-point lead right now for number 5, NC State, and they are getting a lot of contributions. This is a great kick out to Boyd for the bucket.
With a shot clock running out. Straight up, straight down, great form. Reminded me of Amy Guerin.
And speaking of Amy Guerin, the Littlejohn legend for tonight is here with us courtside. How's it feel to be back here inside Littlejohn?
I love it. It just brings me back.
Wish you were out there right now?
I do.
They're a little short-handed tonight. They could have used a player like you.
I don't know if she can run up and down the floor twice or not. You still play any?
I just shoot. I don't really play.
Stand and shoot?
Yes.
Okay. Ball goes out of bounds here. It's going to go back to, here we go, coach, mentor, and star player once upon a time. What was it like getting recruited by him?
Oh, my goodness. It was definitely interesting.
To be honest with you, it came down to us and NC State. Am I right?
Yes, that's true. And I cried when I had to tell Wes Moore that I wasn't coming.
Really?
Wes was an assistant at NC State at that time.
Perez makes the bucket, by the way. They go up by 19 points. So what got it over the finish line for Jim Davis?
Well, I think just the people at Clemson. There's just the whole – I think it's just the whole shebang. You know, not only the program, Coach Davis, but just the people that's just here, everybody. That's what did it for me.
Jim, what's your favorite Amy Guerin story that you can tell us on television? So let's keep that in mind.
To be honest with you, it came against NC State. NC State came in here, Coach K. Yao, legendary coach at NC State, and they were ranked like 12th in the country, something like that. And we were up 10, 12, 15 with about 4 or 5 minutes to go. And she started fouling early. She thought she would foul the freshman. So they foul Amy immediately after they score. Amy comes down, knocks in 2. They foul her again, comes down and knocks in 2.
We got a story to finish up in a moment. Quick timeout here. NC State trying to pull away from the Tigers. NC State has opened quarter number 3 on an 11-2 run, and they got a couple of points here on a nice feed up to Reina Perez, Jim.
Yeah, Reina Perez is a difference. Clemson's only scored 2 points in the first 4 minutes here. We got to get cranked up. Somebody's got to pick it up on the offensive end. Perez. Mari Robinson has got to be the one, I believe.
So Maddie Ott will bring it up. Once again, we are joined by Amy Guerin, of course, the Clemson legend being honored tonight. Cash Gaines, before we get to their question, that's a great feed inside. She couldn't quite finish. Jim, you were telling us about NC State and Clemson about just a few years ago, of course. And you had a nice lead coming into the closing stages of the game.
I did indeed, and Coach Yao had decided to foul, and this was back in the 1-and-1 days. It wasn't an automatic 2 shots, but she chose to foul the freshman Amy Guerin. She go down and knock in 2. She had fouled her again. She goes down and knocks in 2. She chooses to foul her again, and Amy said something. I don't know what she said. So I thought she might have been hurt because it was a hard foul. Well, guess what? I called timeout when Amy walked to the free throw line, and I said, "What did you say? Are you hurt?" She said, "Coach," I said, "I'm a machine." And she was.
She was a machine. 85% free throw shooter. There you go.
Great job of finishing right there by Gabby Elliott.
Inside, though, that Boyd is able to come back. Boyd getting the bucket. She's now got 15. Amy, you watch the game now. Obviously, you had the three-pointer back in your day. You played. You were a three-point national champion. What about the way the game is being played now with the way the three-pointer is used? It's almost like a 50-50 mix for a lot of teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the mid-range jumper is obsolete now. It's either a three-pointer or they're driving to the basket. So that would be my style of game right now.
And they got after Amy. They got out there on her toes. She could put it on the floor.
Hard contact there as Hannah Hank went down. The charge is going to be called on Kunane there.
That was a great job there by Maddie Ott, getting in there and taking the lick. Kunane tried to step around her, but got it just enough with the heel right there to where it was a charge.
So there's Maddie Ott, the freshman. Again, what would you think in a situation like this? Try to remember your freshman days. You're playing the number 5 team in the country. Clemson starting the all-freshman backcourt tonight because they're a little shorthanded.
Well, I think I would have been pretty nervous. I feel like as a freshman, I only went in. I didn't have a lot of minutes as a freshman, but when they needed somebody to shoot, I was in. So I think I would have been a little nervous.
Cash Gaines from the outside is off the mark. Take a look at another nice bucket here by the Tigers. Maddie Ott with a beautiful feed.
Great job. Great job, and a good ball fake right there. Clemson needs to do a better job with a ball fake. They're getting those offensive rebounds, but they have no second chance points simply because they're not faking. You got to fake inside. Faking's forgotten fundamental.
Elliott has 10 for the Tigers. Basketball goes out of bounds. It will still remain NC State basketball.
Let me tell you one thing. She wouldn't have been nervous long because, there's a fine line between being confident and cocky. Amy Guerin's teetering on that line.
I always told him I wasn't cocky. I was just convinced.
NC State turnover right there. Boyd was actually standing out of bounds, had a foot on the line when she caught that pass. State now has 14 turnovers in this game. So, coaches, they're always looking for something to come back on, and I'm sure that is something that Wes Moore will be talking about.
Good job by Mari Robinson right there, drawing the foul. A good player knows how to get to the free throw line. Not just being able to make 85% of them, but you got to be able to get there.
Good look right there at Jakia Brown-Turner. Amari Robinson goes to the free throw line. You can see on the season she's averaging 8, but she's got 10 in this one. Gets her first point of the second half. Now leads the Tigers with 11. Also has 4 rebounds in this one. Second free throw is up. It's long. Battle for the basketball. Sane touched it last, trying to grab down that miss. It'll be Wolfpack possession.
Good effort, but couldn't claim it.
Tell me about those 2 ACC championship teams you played on, Amy.
Wow. Those girls are just special. Those 4 years playing in the championship was awesome, but those 2 championships were
99 championship team. Take a look at that, and a lot of folks we've highlighted. You're in that photo, obviously. Got that number 1 up. Mm-hmm. Are you a little disappointed that a couple of your former teammates couldn't be here tonight on that NC State bench?
I am.
Yeah, Aaron Bath and Nikki Blassingame back in Raleigh, we assume. We hope that they're watching tonight, know that they're missed.
Coach Moore said they didn't get paid if they weren't watching.
I think he just got their attention back in Raleigh. Foul call is going to go against Sane for the Tigers. You can see Sane against Hobby. So that's going to send Camille to the free throw line. She's a 78% shooter from the line. Again, spent some time growing up about 5 miles from here in Central playing for Daniel High. She misses the first.
Her dad might have been an assistant football coach when you were here, Amy. I can't remember.
He had 2 stints. I can't remember the first one. The second was 2011 to 16. 54-32 NC State here in quarter number 3, about 3 minutes to go. State has outscored the Tigers 14-5 here in quarter number 3. Maddie Ott will throw the shot up. It's long. Rebound pulled down by Robinson. Clemson is a good offensive rebounding team. Standifer for 3 and drills it. Sydney Standifer. That's her 7th 3 of the season. 7 from 18 from long range. You had to like that.
I liked it.
I'll tell you, one night against Virginia here. Now, this was back in the old Littlejohn where the Tiger Paw was about half the size of this one. Amy made 2 from the Tiger Paw. Debbie Ryan was just shaking her head.
Whoa. Long 3, though, by Diamond Johnson to answer at the other end. Johnson has had a nice night. She's now 3 of 4 from long range and give her 13 points.
Out the transfer from Rutgers, played for Legendary. Oh.
Got ahead of myself, by the way. Johnson has 10, but here's Standifer's 3, her first of the game.
Great skip pass right there.
There's a look at Sydney Standifer, a freshman from Argyle, Texas.
Amy is now coaching, Fred, so I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the locker room and hear her halftime speeches.
They're very similar to yours.
Yeah, did you steal any Jim Davis lines?
Yeah. He used to tell me that I was slower than smoke off poo-poo on a cold morning.
I told you that be careful what you said.
But it was true, though.
Now you're coaching, what, middle school basketball?
I coach middle school basketball and high school volleyball.
And let's go ahead and give you a little credit here because you just had a really good high school volleyball season.
We did. We ended up 3rd in the state of Tennessee.
Out of Cleveland?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And her daughter is the setter for that basketball team. Probably a better athlete than Amy.
Brown Turner at the free throw line. Gets the first one to go.
Her daughter Kinsley is here with her tonight. And she has a son, Clay, who plays for Lee University.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of miles driven to a lot of practices, isn't it?
It is.
NC State has stretched this game out. At one point, the Tigers were down by 16. Got it down to single digits a couple of times, but it's been a pretty dominant 19-8 run here in the 3rd quarter for the number 5 team in the country. Outside to Hank, she was open but couldn't handle the pass. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Tigers.
Another turnover there. What should they have done, Amy? Reverse the basketball, right?
Absolutely.
Kept it on one side of the floor. Easy to guard. They're easy to guard when you keep the ball there in a 10, 12-foot area.
Perez swinging it around. Hobby kicks it out. Johnson the 3. And it goes. Not quite a swish, but it's in there. And another three-pointer for State. It's now 62-35. Actually, that was another turnover. Here Perez will catch up with the ball, chasing it down and gets the lay-in. They've got that spurt ability going. That's the thing that this kind of a team can do.
They're dangerous. They really are.
29 points now is the lead. That is their longest of this game. Standifer has it. Kicks it to Hank. Hank to Robinson. 10 on the shot clock. And we got a whistle and some contact, and the foul is going to be called against Camille Hobby. Watch the nice job by Hobby. Last time down the floor, she was able to find the open three-point shooter.
Good job. Good pass right there on in the shooting cradle, we call it.
Shot is missed by Elliott, and back will come State. They'll push it up quickly. It is caught by Hayes, nearly intercepted by Elliott, but it went through her hands, and now the Tigers with just seconds remaining on the clock. And that is going to be the end of quarter number 3. Amy Guerin, thank you for being with us. Thanks for being a Littlejohn legend, and happy to be back with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, 3 quarters done here at Littlejohn. It's a big lead for one of the best teams in the country. NC State can run some beautiful offense, Jim. Camille Hobby with a great feed here to Johnson for 3.
Yeah, that's the 4-out, 1-in offense, and once again, a post player that can pass a basketball is worth their weight in gold, and that was a great pass by Hobby.
Johnson drilling that three-pointer right now. You can see NC State a little better than their season average right now. They are at 50% from long range in this game. They've made 7 for 14. They average nearly 9 a game, but again, they've done it both. They've been outside. They've really worked the paint.
They really have. They got the bigs. Once again, they got the good balance. They're just a complete basketball team. Got the ball handling. Although they have turned it over more tonight than ever before.
Standifer long on the jump shot. Perez pulls it down, and she will push it up quickly. Johnson feeds it inside to Boyd. Boyd in traffic has it rejected by the Tigers defensively. Nice job there by Cash Gaines and Elmore.
Elmore, yes.
Ott kicks it outside to Standifer.
I tell you, these young freshmen, young players are getting a really good opportunity tonight. They can see what it takes to be championship caliber basketball players in this league.
I think we have 5 freshmen on the floor right now for the Tigers, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, you're correct.
Driving into the basket, another kick for a wide open three-pointer, and it's drilled outside by Boyd. Boyd with another 3. 69-35, NC State. 18 points for Boyd now. She leads all scorers.
We use the term help and recover in this game, Fred, and sometimes you can't help as much.
You know, Boyd is going to be a big help for the Tigers. I mean, for NC State, as Matty Ott makes the basket for the Tigers. Boyd missed the first 5 games of the season with a wrist injury, so she's just beginning to kind of round into form in a lot of ways, and that's going to make a good team even better. Hobby gets the basket. Again, another beautiful feed.
That girl can play. Now, I'm telling you, Alicia Cunane is a heck of a player, but when she graduates, Hobby will step right in there.
I imagine that her dad, Marion Hobby, might be taking a couple of minutes away from his preparations for the Bengals to play the Chiefs this weekend to watch this game. Boyd with the rebound for NC State, and here come the Wolfpack again. Johnson inside the three-point line misses.
That's another lesson that Gaines has to learn. Sometimes you can drive too deep, and there were 3 players there from NC State to pick her up. Can't get too deep.
Sandiford gets it to Gaines. Gaines back to Elmore. 10 on the shot clock. Elmore looking for help.
Elmore can shoot it.
Sandifer kicks it. Three-point try. Ott drills it. Maddie Ott. She has had herself a night.
Texas guard to Texas guard.
3 for 7 now from three-point range for Ott. She's got 11, matching Robinson for high-scoring honors for the Tigers. Perez, a little back behind the back dribble, gets the rebound, follows and gets it. Perez now with 8. He's also got 8 assists.
She could have a double-double before this night's over.
73-40 the count right now. NC State in front of the Tigers. Elmore kicks it to Ott. Standifer for 3. Can't connect, and Hobby pulls down the rebound, and she'll bring it up the floor. Tried to get the feed inside to Boyd, but a whistle. It's going to go against Inyang. Clemson has 5 freshmen on the floor right now, as we mentioned, and there's that group right there, as now Amanda Butler will make a couple of substitutions. But again, here's how that roster breaks down. So all 5 freshmen were on the floor at one point, and it's still a class that's kind of weighted pretty evenly between lowerclassmen and upperclassmen. 8 newcomers in all on this team. First look tonight, by the way, for the Tigers. Skylar Blackstock, number 21, is in the game, and she immediately feeds it up court to Gabby Elliott, and Elliott gets 2. Elliott now with a dozen. Blackstock is in the game. Sane came back in during that last exchange. Loose basketball battled for. Perez is able to get it to Timmons. Hobby from the free throw line. Missed everything, and it's going to be Clemson basketball. Substitution now. First appearance on the night for Sophie Hart, 6'5" freshman from Farmington, Minnesota, a 2021 McDonald's All-American Game nominee. Hannah Hank will come back in for Clemson. And you look at this roster they've put together. Again, they've got so many players back. 5 starters, their top 4 scorers, their 6th player, and a couple of McDonald's All-American nominees.
Yeah, a couple of really good players have come back with the COVID year. They didn't expect them to come back, but they did, and so this roster is really loaded. Blackstock
Picks up the foul, as you can see. Skylar, the senior from Mount Pleasant. Ott gets it out deep to Hank. Ott calling for the basketball there from the outside. Sane took the jumper, but missed it. As she called, the foul goes against Sophie Hart. Let's break down that NC State roster that Wes Moore has put together, and pretty heavy class as far as juniors and seniors right now. But again, this is the kind of year as a coach you really build for.
Absolutely. And, you know, I just can't emphasize enough how important it is for these players to cut their teeth on ACC basketball. Players that haven't seen that much playing time for Clemson. And they're getting a chance to find out what it's all about. And if they learn their lessons and they see what it takes and they're willing to pay the price to get there, this Clemson team has a bright future.
Hannah Hank, who you mentioned, who takes a lot of charges, just took a charge from the chair on the Clemson bench, but bounced right back up and is heading down the court. Keep in mind, this is the second top 5 team that this Clemson club has played. Obviously, they had the game against South Carolina earlier.
And South Carolina beat NC State by 9 earlier in the year as well.
Boyd was trying to get it inside, but the Tigers are able to take it away.
That was a good high-low option there.
Maddie Ott for 3. She makes another. Maddie Ott just having a career night tonight. 4 threes now. She's got 14 points.
You know what? This is, I think maybe the Clemson coaching staff's learning something here. They are hurting for three-point shooters, and Maddie's proving that she can get it done.
It's something that offense really needs once they get everybody healthy. Hayes was in the right spot for the rebound, couldn't get it, but Hannah Hank draws the foul. Maddie Ott, is this a new face that's going to be in the Clemson lineup for a while? She's been showing that three-point range tonight. We are pretty early on in the ACC conference season. Before the season started, the coaches' preseason all-ACC team, and Jakia Brown and obviously Elisa Cunane on there for NC State. And, of course, as we've mentioned throughout the broadcast, Alicia Washington on that club for Clemson, but not available tonight along with two of the other Tiger leading scorers.
And Delisha not only is our leading scorer here at Clemson, but she also is the leading rebounder. So big loss there tonight, but she'll bounce back. We'll get back. We'll get them back, and we'll go again.
Hayes is at the free throw line, makes the first.
Hayes is a Mississippi State transfer.
Scramble for the basketball. Skylar Blackstock battling for it. She had her hands on it, but she was also lying out of bounds, so NC State will get the basketball back.
Once again, good effort by Rachel there. Got to come up with that rebound, though. We need our good hands team on the field, on the court.
I want to go back to something you were talking about a moment ago before we had our last break about maybe the kind of opportunity for these freshmen getting to play on a night when a lot of the regulars are not available. You know, they've been on campus now for a while, and they've probably been itching for a chance to show the coaches what they can do. And Maddie Ott may be playing her way into the rotation.
She has done that, no doubt. And once again, I think one of Clemson's weaknesses is three-point shooting. And, of course, Nunu Bradford is the leading three-point shooter percentage-wise for Clemson, and she's not here tonight. But Maddie Ott's done a great job with the three shot.
She's made 4 of 8 from three-point range. Three-point try up for Hayes. It's long, but the rebound is pulled down by State, and it goes right in the hands of Ott. She'll go up floor now, feeds it up. Gabby Elliott. Elliott had a piece of that shot blocked. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go back to the Wolfpack. Standifer will come back in. And we've seen Standifer make some three-pointers as well. She hasn't had her best night from long range necessarily, but again, these are two kind of encouraging young shooters for this team.
Right. Gabby's got to be able to make some ball fakes in there. She's got a couple blocked. She's too good an athlete to get that many blocked.
Inside 4 minutes. Johnson kicks it. Crutchfield will give it to Hayes. Hayes will drive. She draws the foul against Hannah Hank, who goes down. Another look at it.
Hannah had 1 foot in the restricted area there. That's the reason she was called for the foul there rather than the charge.
That sends Hayes back to the line. Makes the first. Hayes now with 9.
Coach Wes Moore is a legend in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Of course, coaching at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. And Hayes played at nearby East Hamilton High School there in Chattanooga. So
knows the territory well.
That's the connection there. Even though she signed with Mississippi State, she transferred.
NC State has now stretched the lead out to 30. Blackstock has it. Kicks it back. Hank for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound by Sane. Tree will kick it back outside. And Standifer will try to run some offense. Sane has the ball taken away, but a foul is going to be called. Looks like it's going to go against Jessica Timmons for the NC State.
That's a good, big, explosive first step by Sane, but she went right into 2 players. Need to go the other way.
Only the second foul for Timmons. Clemson will inbound it with Ott. She gets it back from Sane. Sane gave up the dribble, looking for help. As the ball kicked away, so she's able to get a shot off. It's no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Timmons. Here comes the Wolfpack. Johnson for 3. Missed it. And Sane has the rebound for the Tigers, and she throws it right away. And now we got a back-to-back turnovers by each team. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Tigers here at the 2:47 mark. And you can see Amanda Butler right there with a couple words for the officials before she gets back together with her team. She was in a tough situation, and we know that one of our producers was at the we'll get to that in a moment. Let's also talk about what's coming up for both of these teams before we get to that. NC State, they will go from here, and then January 6th, next week, they'll have a relatively large game against North Carolina, goes to Notre Dame, and then Virginia. Look at that. Wow, they've got ranked opponents 4 out of their next 5 games, so a challenging stretch for an outstanding basketball team, no question about it.
They've played a good schedule already, though, with nationally ranked teams.
Clemson, meanwhile, they will also be seeing the Tar Heels. That'll be this Sunday, a game you'll see on ACC Network, and then a road trip to Florida State. Back here for a couple of games against unranked teams, Boston College and Miami, and then going to Virginia Tech. So tell me what you would have been thinking about if you were Amanda Butler in that situation today. You find out, it seems pretty late, you had some players not feeling well coming off Christmas break. And basically at your shoot-around, normally when you just want to go over everything, you had to reshape your basketball team.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know that I could have been as positive as she was at shoot-around today, but she went at this thing like they're going to do this. These guards, you're having to play out of position a little bit, but basketball is basketball. If you can play, you can play. And you know, there's teams that actually play what they call positionless basketball.
Getting away from the classic point guard, shooting guard, small forward.
Right.
It's,
right.
NC State will take the basketball back, again with a 30-point lead in this one. NC State shooting 50% from the game, 45% from three-point range, and 73% in the line. That's kind of a typical day at work for them.
Right.
Johnson gets a ball fake to get the 3, but it won't fall. Elmore will screen the Maddie Hayes to have the ball go out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Tigers.
I believe I would classify Diamond Johnson as a volume shooter.
Yeah. Shot miss. Whistle underneath after the ball was grabbed by Timmons. Clemson will retain it. They'll put it in bounds. Cash Gaines, the freshman, will throw the pass. In Yang has it.
We got the 2 freshman bigs battling hard in there, In Yang
and Hart for NC State.
Yes.
In Yang battles against her, uses the glass, and In Yang gets the bucket. In Yang, that's her first 2 of the ball game, just her second shot. Johnson with it to Crutchfield. Inside 90 seconds. Timmons will back it up. Rifles the pass inside, blocked by In Yang on the attempted shot by Hart. Here's that Clemson basket by In Yang, her first of the game.
Good job. Crossover step. Very good move right there.
Standifer with the assist.
Using the glass.
Johnson drives, will throw it up and in. Kind of a rainbow right there. That's been her night. She's got 15.
Teardrop, I guess.
Yeah. Boyd has 18. Johnson 15 to lead the way for NC State. Ott leading the way for the Tigers. She has 14. Standifer has it. Gives up the dribble. Looking for help. Tried to get it to Gaines. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gaines will drive, pulls up for the jumper. It's long. In Yang with the rebound, follows and gets it. Back-to-back buckets for In Yang.
That's what In Yang does best, really. She is so good with the nose for that basketball.
NC State swinging around on what will likely be their last possession of this one. Block shot by In Yang. She's had a highlight reel here in about the last 45 seconds. Couple of buckets and a block out of bounds. There is about a 5-second separation between the shot clock and the game clock. Timmons misses. Rebound by Hayes follows, and she goes down and gets fouled by Gaines. So Maddie Hayes will go to the free throw line with just over 7 seconds remaining. She's 3 of 4 from the line. She's in double figures with 10. She averages just under 3.5. First one is long. But she'll get the second. I guess the one takeaway for NC State that they'd be a little concerned about too many turnovers.
Without a doubt, that'll give Coach Moore something to gripe about.
Gaines will drive around with the closing seconds and gets the bucket to end this one, with NC State picking up victory number 13. 13-2 on the season. Now for Clemson, they now drop their 3rd game in a row and fall to a record of 6-7. They were up against it tonight, no question.
A much better basketball team, and once again, there's some lessons to be learned here, and I know Coach Butler, being the great teacher that she is, she will get this team back on track.
For Jim Davis, this is Fred Cunningham saying so long from Clemson. The final score, NC State 79, Clemson 52. All games airing on the ESPN Networks are streaming live on the ESPN app. Log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.